And we'll start with a presentation from Paulo POSSA from Euresys, and he will tell us something about Coaxlink QSFP28. Is it the next step in bandwidth for machine vision? We will know the answer after your presentation, I hope, Paulo.
Thank you. So I will share my screen. So I'm Paulo POSSA from Euresys. Today I will talk about the next step in bandwidth for machine vision. So first, I will give a brief introduction of Euresys. Euresys is a leading designer and provider of computer vision with almost 40 years of experience in this market. Our products include frame grabbers compatible with CoaXPress, camera link, and analog cameras. We also provide certified IP cores for GigaVision, CoaXPress, and USB 3 Vision. And we provide also a set of image processing software tools and libraries that are mostly used in inspection applications. So now I would like to introduce you the next step in bandwidth for machine vision, the Coaxlink QSFP28. So this is the preliminary specs of this new board. So the Coaxlink QSFP28 is equipped with a QSFP28 port, compliant with 100G optical modules. It can provide up to 12.5 gigabytes per second of camera bandwidth. It has a PCI Express Gen 4x8, 8 gigabytes of onboard memory for frame buffering, has a set of 20 digital I/O lines to interface with the inspection machine, has a extensive camera and illumination control functions, and also has a user-friendly driver, multi-OS and multi-language. So the Coaxlink QSFP28 provides us with 2.5 times more bandwidth than the previous version, the QSFP+. To illustrate this big step in bandwidth, here we can see a frame rate comparison between QSFP Plus and QSFP28. So for the same camera resolution, like for example, 12 megapixels camera, with a QSFP Plus, we could reach 381 frames per second. And now with a QSFP28, we can go up to 953 frames per second. So again, in terms of bandwidth, we can say that Coaxlink QSFP28 board provides the same bandwidth as 10 6p12 connections in a single PCI Express slot, or even 20 6p6 connections, or even 14 camera link full frame grabbers in a single PCI Express slot. In terms of camera support, so the Coaxlink QSFP28 supports 100G camera, and for multi-camera applications, we can use a breakout fiber cable, and that allow us to connect up to 2 50G cameras, 3 cameras where 2 are 25G and 1 50G, or up to 4 25G cameras in a single frame grabber. Now, a little bit about the technology behind the Coaxlink QSFP28. So the QSFP28, the Coaxlink QSFP28, supports CoaXPress-over-Fiber, that we consider that is the best standard for machine vision industry for the moment. It was first demonstrated in 2008 and extended in 2021 to support fiber optics. And today, more than 60 companies worldwide provide cameras, frame grabbers, and accessories for QuaxPress. So we consider that QuaxPress is the best standard because it was designed specifically to meet the high-speed vision requirements. So it means that stream packets are very simple and were designed specifically to be handled by frame grabber with no CPU load. It has a natural lane aggregation, so the bandwidth, it's scalable. It's just a matter of include more connections and you scale up the bandwidth. For example, today we can find in the market cameras with 8 or 16 connections that were used to scale up the bandwidth. It has no jitter, no latency triggering that it provides us precise control and high reactivity for the system. It provides a reliable communication. So all data is covered by CRC and parts of the packet are redundant to avoid any communication error. And also on fiber, we have additional forward error correction to correct errors directly during the decoding phase of the transmission. It also offers data transfer stability because on the frame grabbers, we can have frame buffers, and this can compensate any fluctuation on the PCI Express performance. It's an international standard, so users have guaranteed that they can find multi-vendor components, and all these components will interoperate correctly. So it means that if you change a frame grabber by another vendor or a camera or the cable, everything will work correctly. And again, it's designed for high-speed vision. So the whole acquisition chain from camera to the driver, we have the full control of the whole acquisition chain. QuaxPress also, because of the high performance of the cameras using QuaxPress, QuaxPress natively supports data sharing, which allows the camera to distribute images to different PCs to increase the processing power of the system. And this is native supported by QuaxPress. In the case of the Coaxlink QSFP28, we use fiber optics that are better than copper cables in many ways. For example, they have higher and unlimited bandwidth. This is what allows us to go to 25G today per lane, because copper are limited to 12.5G for the moment. Supports virtually unlimited distance, so hundreds of meters are quite simple to achieve with fiber optics. They are completely immune to electromagnetic interference. They are less bulky, lighter than coax cables. So in this picture, you can see a comparison in terms of volume of 54 cables with 50 meters of coax cables beside 50 meter of multi-fiber cable. So we can see that there's a big difference in terms of volume between these two technologies. The drawback of fiber is that we cannot power the camera via fiber, which we could do with coax cables. So now we will present some of the board features. So first, the new Coaxlink QSFP Plus. As many of our frame grabbers from the Coaxlink family are equipped with digital input and output lines that are compatible with a wide range of sensors and motion encoders. They can be accessible by these two header connectors on board. There is also external connector to make easy the accessibility to these I/O lines. If we need more I/Os than the ones available on board, we have an additional I/O extension where we can add on boards to extend the number of I/Os. And finally, we also have a C2C link that it's a special I/O interface to synchronize cameras in different frame grabbers. I will talk more in a few seconds. So we have extensive camera and illumination control functions available on these boards for area scan and line scan applications. So these illumination control functions allow us to support a very complex schemes of illumination in various kinds of applications. So now more about the C2C link. So as I said before, the C2C link, it's used to synchronize multiple boards in a system. In this example, we have one PC with two boards. The first board, it's interfacing with three cameras. So the whole three cameras are already synchronized internally on a single board. And then if we need to synchronize the two boards, we have just to add the C2C link cable, and we can synchronize the four cameras with a single trigger. And if we have a second PC with another four cameras, we can also synchronize by using an inter-PC C2C link adapter that will distribute the triggering to the whole system. So in this system, we have 8 cameras that are fully synchronized, and only one trigger input that will trigger the whole 8 cameras. C2C link allow us to synchronize up to 8 cards in one PC or up to 32 PCs by using the inter-PC C2C link adapter. We also provide onboard processing. The idea is to offload this processing system, the PC, with some of the processing tasks to let the PC work with the inspection application, and so the part of the tasks are processed directly inside of the frame grabber. So here there is a list of some of the modules that we have inside of the frame grabber today. Now, in terms of software, so first we have the eGrabber driver that has a modern and user-friendly object-based API. This driver is fully compatible with GenICam. It's supported by Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Can be programmed with C++, C# or Python. It's supported by third-party softwares like LabVIEW, MATLAB, Designer from Cognex, Halcon from NVTech, and so on. It also can transfer images directly to the GPU memory via DMA. Then we have the eGrabber Studio, that it's an image acquisition tool. The eGrabber Recorder, that it's a high-performance video recording library. And finally, we have Memento, that is a non-intrusive logging tool for debugging and profiling the system. In terms of applications, so the QSFP28 is designed and target machine vision manufacturers for the electronic and semiconductor industry. Also for printing and packaging, food inspection, glass inspection, and also for applications in the medical industry and life sciences. Beside regular machine vision applications, there are some applications that were simply not possible without fiber. For example, long distance applications where the host must be placed far from the camera. Also, as I said before, fiber is much lighter than copper and can drastically reduce cable congestion. And in terms of high AMI environments, fiber is simply immune to that. To summarize, Coaxlink QSFP28 is the next step in bandwidth for high-speed machine vision. It's CoaXPress compliant, has a feature-rich set of IOs plus the C2C link for precise synchronization of triggering and cameras. Has a modern and easy-to-use driver, and offers also onboard processing. So our plan is to start the evaluations with customers by the end of the year with this new board. And that's it. Thank you for your attention. If you need more information about products, please visit Euresys.com. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Paulo. And now it's time for the questions. I will close. So, first question was, for the high-speed camera, is there any extra requirement for the lens?
I don't think so. It's specific for the camera. I don't think so. It's specifically for depending on the application, and there's no special requirement for lenses, I think.
Can the new Coaxlink QSFP28 be used by any QoaxXpress camera, or?
It uses the QoaXPress-over-Fiber interface. So for the moment, the camera has to have a QoaXPress-over-Fiber interface as well. There is another product that I didn't include in this presentation. It's the QoaXPress to QoaXPress-over-Fiber converter that can be used to extend the cable length on copper from a copper-based camera that can be used as well to connect CoaXPress copper cameras into this board.
Looking at the time, I think it's time for one last question. Paulo will be there for the final Q&A after each presentation, of course. But the question is, why 28?
Yeah, so the 28 comes from the fiber channel world that also use QSFP modules. And in fiber channel, so QSFP modules compatible with fiber channel, they deliver 2.8 gigabytes per second per lane in a QSFP module. So the 28 came from a fiber channel world. For Ethernet compatible modules, the maximum bandwidth for each lane is 25 gigabits per second. That gives a total of 12.5 gigabytes per second. That's
so, Paulo, thanks. There's a question: is CoaXPress-over-Fiber compatible with GigE?
No, it's not compatible with GigE. So we do share the same physical layer, so we can use the same connectors and cables. But CoaXPress uses only the physical layer. It's where we can really guarantee the maximum performance of the transmission medium. I mean, you can guarantee that you will have low latency for triggering, extremely low jitter for really have a very precise camera control. So we just use the lowest layer of Ethernet, and GigaVision has, of course, all the layers and can be integrated in a whole Ethernet network. But these other layers, it's hard to guarantee really a nanosecond level of jitter or latency.
But maybe you have some more?
Yeah, so the idea, our plan is to demonstrate the Coaxlink QSFP28 as well, the CoaXPress to QSFP plus converter on this show. We want also to bring our updates on our video processing libraries for 3D and AI. So there are many new things that will appear in Stuttgart.
So we are also curious. So I would like to say thanks a lot to the speakers. A lot of new products, a lot of new technologies we saw today.